Be back in
Everyone loves you,
hospitality.
Jake. Everyone's saying they love you.
Oh, that's
Oh, Austin, my makeup artist, says he watches you on YouTube and loves you.
what the hell?
Hi, Jake.
Austin!
I watch you on YouTube and I love you.
No, Austin, I love you.
Okay, you're awesome.
That was the best. Oh my hell, that was so great. Thank you. It made my day.
People never say anything about a journalist. That was really beautiful.
That was huge. That was like the best part of my day. Thank you. I really hope we were rolling on that.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
One of the things that I truly love about this show is how much of a love letter it is kind of to like the TGIF era, which is like a period of sitcoms that I grew up on. So I'm curious, like what is an aspect of that 90s TGIF era of sitcoms that you most wish that you could have experienced as an actor?
Boy, that's a good question.
Like the paycheck, I guess. God, they all got paid so much money to do those sitcoms. Holy
that
bucket.
Family Matters money.
The Family Matters money.
I think some of it that I would have liked to have experienced was the earnestness of it. I've not, we're in an era now that I adore. I love this kind of meta nostalgia era that we're in. So it would have been interesting to have been in a show in a time where that was not the case yet.
Being an actor on a multicam, I think, is the easiest job in Hollywood. So to be on a multicam in any era, what a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just spent all day being happy.
They all seem like, I know this is, I'm a really good audience member, even though I do this for a living. They like all seem like they were genuinely having fun.
For me, Boy Meets World was a huge influence on me. Topanga was my first crush. And I met a girl in third grade who I fell in love with. And I assumed we would be like Corey and Topanga and stay together forever. That did not happen. But it was a wonderful 2 weeks.
I definitely have been influenced by a lot of the multi-camera world, King of Queens, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I learned a lot of my comedy from that. And I do wish sometimes I could go back to the 90s and experience some of that.
There was a brightness and a naivete to the shows back then that I would have liked to have explored that.
I've always wanted to sit in like one of the live studio audiences. I've never gotten to do that.
I did that.
Okay, what is that like? And what is like your relationship with the actors on set? Like is it genuine laughter?
Yeah, so I did it one time a couple years ago for the show Mom, actually. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was quite interesting because everyone on that show is such a pro. And I just went because I was interested in seeing a multicam taping. Everyone was such a pro, they only ran each scene once. They clearly rehearsed, they memorized lines. No one went up on a line. And then there's a pump-up comic, in between, keeping you energized, who's just telling jokes that'll appeal to everyone. But you are laughing.
I really want to know where the idea came from for those opening credits, which you guys perfectly replicated, of like stopping a person mid-action and having them look at the camera like, oh, like you caught me. Like who was the first person to pitch that idea?
Yeah, I know that's a good one. I think I was going to say like Norman Lear, but clearly that's beyond Norman Lear because that was the era where they just showed footage from the show, where it was almost like that 80s, 90s era was like people reading a playbill. Oh, what's his name? Oh, Joe Slobotnik is playing Tommy Magoo. So it was almost like, it's like, I'm Tommy Magoo, but I'm Joe Slobotnik.
because Friends went back around. Friends did clips from the show, so they circled back.
And circled back to the old style because I think because remember the original style, but the original style would have been Sid Caesar, where they would have said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Sid Caesar's your show of shows," and that just would have been you'd see Sid Caesar's name, and that was the playbill. They were like actually using a playbill. So that's something I could talk about forever. That's a very fascinating question.
Oh, I'm with you, dude. I could geek out about that. I love TV history and that sort of stuff. I've got to say, I feel like we have honestly sort of started to run out of the iconic cast that we can reunite today. So I'm going to kind of flip that. What is a cast that's working today that in 20 years you think you're going to want to see them come back together for a reboot?
Yeah, everyone's going to be like, Game of Thrones.
Who wants to see it?
Cares?
Who wants to see it? We already know what happened.
Dragons aren't real. I want to see the dragons in 20 years, but they're not real.
If we were to say that Stranger Things were to end like in 2 seasons, what would Stranger Things be 20 years from now?
Those characters would be the it'd be like late night. Okay, so what? It takes place mid 80s, so it would be like 2005. Where are those characters in 2005?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stay in the time. So where would they be in 2005 if we revisited them in 2035 or 2045? And then you would have those characters dealing with the issues that they had to deal with in the 80s with their children in the 2040s.
There was a show that started, I think, in the early 2000s called Jackass, and I just want to. They put a movie out.
They're
earlier
all
this
going to
year.
be dead. They're all going. Oh,
They're going to outlive all of us.
you know what I think would be the best Jackass reboot is you guys making your kids do the pranks that you did.
Oh God!
Can you
I'm fine with them
imagine?
doing the pranks, just not the stunts?
No, it would have to be everything. You would have to make your kids go through all the crap that you went through.
My kids aren't getting in the bull ring, Judy.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.